Good morning, my friends and clients. This is Hilgard here from the international headquarters of the Life Wealth Group. Don't laugh, we've got clients overseas. So this is what we've seen in the last few days. What an interesting week. I got to tell you, it's good to have a break on not seeing just red in the markets. But what's happening in this week is that on March 25th, the Senate approved the phase 3 of the stimulus package. Is now called the CARES Act. $2.2 trillion. 883 pages. Today, we'll be sending out emails to all our business clients, and if anybody wants to get a summary of what is in this bill, we'd be happy to forward it on to you. We're also attending a great webinar, a government webinar that walks through everything about this act. Here are some highlights for you and what it means to you. There's a one-time tax rebate check of $1,200 per individual and $500 per child. For those of you folks who are single and are making more than 75,000, or married making more than 150, unfortunately we got to take this one on the chin and we don't get any checks. But here's some other good news for folks who are subject to required minimum distributions. If you remember, in the beginning of the year, this has all changed now to only have to start taking out money when you're 72. But in this specific year, we're getting a reprieve. So there are going to be no required minimum distributions for 2020. Now, Chris Davis in my office is going to be very, very glad about that. We normally take a lot of time to make sure that everybody gets the right amounts. Also, if you were to move money out of your 401k or IRA during 2020 because possibly your income has gone down or you've lost your job, then you can do so without the 10% penalty. That is a really, really good way to help. Although before you do that, please give us a call. Let's discuss, if you need cash, where would be the best source to pull money from. I want to remind you that interest rates are so low at this point in time. For most folks who have 4.1, 4.2% 30-year mortgages, really want to take a look and see if it makes sense to refinance your home. We're down to about 3.2% at this point in time for 30-year mortgages. Again, when you do that, give us a call, right? Don't be subject to what the lenders are doing. They're dangling lower interest rates in front of you for a 15-year note. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about 30-year fixed notes. At this rate or low rate environment, we want to lock it in as best as we can. And then for business owners, there's delays in the amount of payroll tax that we can make. Put myself in that camp. We can delay it up to 2021, 2022. Well, today the note or the bill goes to the House for final approval. Hopefully, we don't get any monkey business being thrown in there. I remember TARP in 2008. It was a nightmare. Every politician was throwing a little bit extra in there just to get their agenda done. It looks to me like the president doesn't have much tolerance for that. So hopefully things move forward quickly. Now, this is interesting. Yesterday morning, the jobs report came out. Literally, unemployment surged by 3 million folks who filed for unemployment claims, and yet the market went up. I was watching a little piece of Tucker Carlson, I think it is, last night, and again, he was astonished. Why does the market go up when 3 million people are getting unemployed? Short answer is the market was expecting 4 to 5 million. So we have experienced a good bounce back this week. Now, here's the sad news, folks. I think this is a temporary bounce back. When you look at the GDP numbers, the expected gross domestic product, which is the fancy word for the production of the country, quarter two is expected to be down 24%, as we are working through this very slowing down of the economy. We don't anticipate the markets to just improve from this point forward. So let me give you a little bit of context of all the numbers I'm throwing at you. To pass the CARES Act, we had to increase our government debt by $2 trillion. It comes so fast off our lips, but what does that mean? It means it's a 2 with 12 zeros behind it. If we were to count every dollar as a second, it would be 63,419 years. That's how much $2 trillion is. It's on top of already $23 trillion. Last night I was sitting on the back porch with my two boys, my oldest and my middle son, who are both at the University of Florida. And we were just discussing what this all means. Folks, this is a lot of debt. I remember in 2008 when we were, up to 2006, when our government debt was at about 4 trillion. Imagine that in 12 years, we increase it 5 times. For this reason, I urge you more than any time other that you need to really look at what future income tax is going to look like. We got to pay this debt back, folks. With a slowing economy, it's going to be difficult. The only thing that I see is that the government's going to be raising income tax rates. Our current income tax rates hopefully is locked in until December 31st, 2025, unless Trump does not get reelected. No time other than this is a time to consider transitioning money from investments that are going to be taxed in the future, like your IRAs and your 401ks, to investments that can be tax-free. There are two potential vehicles that we could utilize to make that happen. We can use permanent life insurance policies, and we can also use Roth IRAs. Highly encourage you to take heart, reach out to us. Let's have a conversation and see how we need to do this and how we can get you in a tax-free environment. Otherwise, folks, I anticipate substantial income tax rates increases. So let's be smart about this. Let's be smart about how we take advantage also of just smart planning and what makes sense. So what have we done to thus far? We are very available. We became experts at Zoom. By the grace of God, Andy has helped us over the years to become real good with Zoom. So we've been working with Zoom a long time. But we're offering 25-minute conversations just to check in with each other, to review your plan, and have great conversation. We've done 2 webinars this week that's a little bit longer, about 35 minutes to 40 minutes. They're going to be on our websites. Please go look at those. I'm going into much more detail with you about what we're doing to protect your assets. From a market perspective, we anticipate another reduction in value. And because of that, you might see us become tactical inside our Vanguard strategies that we are managing. Means basically that we probably would go a little bit more to cash in order to raise cash when we see the markets turn on the bottom side, and be able to buy in. So we have a trade on our desk. We've got finger on the pulse. The markets have been going up, so we've been delaying to get a little bit of a rebound, but we anticipate placing that trade here very soon. So we are available for you in a time like this. We want to be as helpful as we possibly can. I know that there's a lot of people that have a large amount of questions that do not have any advisors. If those folks are any of your family members, friends, or you have this discussion with them, I want you to know our way of helping is to extend ourselves to be able to be available for conversations. We have 5 advisors on our team. We certainly can handle the volume. If you have anybody that you want to help, reach out to that are asking questions and discussing with you these types of questions, feel free to utilize 25 to 30 minutes of our time. We'd be happy to sit down and visit with them, Zoom, face-to-face, to be able to answer any questions they might have and see if we can help them make really wise decisions. So if you would like to schedule that, please go to our website, thelifewealthgroup.com, and you will be able to see a link to our calendars, and we can set that up. Also, make sure that you look out for the emails that's upcoming on our webinar links, as well as these types of conversations and messages. We are here with you. We're staying safe. We're washing our hands a lot. And one thing that's interesting about our building is going to be completely cleaned upside down this entire weekend, which is great, and making sure that we all stay safe. Stay safe. Do something fun tonight, would you? Just do something fun tonight. Go be with your family. Just do something fun. Go for a walk. Reduce the stress. And folks, don't stop dreaming. Great to be with you. Until next week.